So this is the VX1000 with no lens on it, no lens hood, whatever, just raw lens. Now I'm going to put the fisheye on, no spacer ring, nothing like that. I'm just going to put it directly onto the camera somehow without breaking the lens or dropping it. This is going to be fun, isn't it? Oh, I just hit the mic. Right, I didn't like the fact that I just hit the mic there, but okay. So that is now the VX with just the lens straight onto the camera, no spacer rings or anything like that. You know, it's alright. Excuse how awful I look, we'll sort that out at some point. But, looking at the screen, not terrible. I've got the camera about 5 foot high, just to kind of, give you some reference. Right, so now I'm going to add one spacer ring, the one that came with the fisheye, and then after that I am going to add one other spacer ring because I think 3 is too many, and this is one that I purchased off eBay. So let's take the lens off and add the spacer, and also let's hope I don't drop it. Woo! That VX1000 market guy put a demonstration of the extreme fisheye on a HPX with no rails, just on like a cheap tripod as well. And that made me wince a lot. Right, so let's attempt to get this on without damaging the fucking microphone. And I've made a pig's arse of it, and I've touched the lens. This really isn't going well, is it? And the camera's moving around, and it's all gone to shit. So this is the VX1000 with the Kapkur fisheye, one spacer ring. Yeah, that should look alright. I don't think you're getting any vignette. Let me just have a look. On the screen that I'm looking at, which is through the firewire into the HPX, I'm getting a little bit of vignette over in this corner, and maybe a little bit down here. So that was one spacer. Now I'm going to add a second spacer. They're all relatively the same size, so however you can get thicker spacer rings. If you don't want to add like 2 or 3 small ones, I believe you can get like 3mm, 4mm kind of depth spacer rings, so you can just have one on there and just screw the lens straight onto it. So I'm going to take the fisheye off again and then add the second spacer ring. So now that's the VX1000 with 2 spacer rings. Now I'm even on like a cropped in display, like on the viewfinder and on my HPX, I can tell I'm getting vignette in all corners. No matter what lens you get for whatever camera, there's a high chance that the viewfinder or the screen is going to crop in quite a bit. So before you just go out there and start filming with it, I know most of you seeing this probably know this, but for anyone who doesn't know this, plug your camera in, do some tests, change spacer rings, try different zoom kind of ranges out and shit like that, just to kind of figure out what you're happy with. So you're not in the middle of the field getting something really sick and then you come back and you've got 8 miles of vignette in the centre of the frame, it just looks terrible. So that's the 2 spacer rings. That's as many as I would go for. However, some people might be crazy enough to go for 3. I think 3 is too many, because then you have to zoom in and all this stuff, and it's pointless. I will say, however, the good thing about this lens and the camera combination is that with the right UV filter, or the right kind of gradual ND filter, you can actually fit filters onto the camera and then get the fisheye to fit onto it as well. On my DVX100, the actual filter thread stuck out too far to get inside the camera, which is how it looks so good, even for a knockoff lens. So I couldn't put any filters on there, I couldn't do any of that. So that's the good thing about this lens and this camera combination, is that you can actually keep the internal glass safe with a little cheapo UV filter, or if you want to expose the ground and the sky properly, you can get a gradiated ND filter, so you can have the sky nicely balanced, nice and proper, while having the ground properly exposed as well, so you can see everything. Good example of that is in Stay Gold. John Miner used it with his def lens as well, kind of gradiated kind of thing. You can see it in some of the footage that the sky either has a certain kind of colour to it or a certain look, while the ground is properly exposed. Just take a look at it, and it might be something you might want to give a go. But for now, that's it. Looks pretty good. Sweet. Hope this is helpful to all 8 of you out there. This fucking thing is a real... I've already... I'm getting really bored of the auto power off on this camera. That's one thing you can't turn off. I will say though, one little thing is that the kind of rubber in here that stops the lens just kind of falling on and off, or in and out, it's getting caught by the lens hood, and so I'm tempted to just kind of, because just to get it in, you have to like break the kind of rubber. It's a real pain in the ass. There we go. Ow. Hopefully this was helpful. Links to the lens will be down in the description below. Save yourself $150 to $200. You know, don't support people who are going to be marking up lenses for years. Just quick thing, the VX1000 market guy, he makes a post saying the Extreme is dead, then deletes it. You know, no one's confirmed it. The only thing that is confirmed is that they're not making any front elements for the depth lens anymore. So that's dead. The price of those will go up to about $2,000 inevitably, and the Extreme Fisheye will probably go up to about $5,000. Basically limiting the availability or the access of people coming up in the ranks to become professional filmers, or, you know, earn something from it. So we're all going to be stuck at the scum level. Because democracy, capitalism. Anyway, I've said enough. I'm going to shut up now because I'm a bastard. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped out. Stay safe, thrive in the new world and all that shit. And au revoir.